Understand this. Every single limitation in your life, every border you have never crossed, every mountain you have not climbed, exists not because of fate, but because of boundaries you have drawn in your own mind. The world is shaped by those who dare to push themselves again and again until the boundaries of possibility break and dissolve before the force of an indomitable will. Most men drift through life hoping for ease, for the path of least resistance, and in doing so, they never know the glory of their true power. I tell you now, if you want to experience what is truly possible for you, you must become the architect and the builder of your own limits, and then destroy them. You must push yourself until everything is possible. Life does not reward those who simply wish or want. Life hands its greatest prizes to those who have learned to persist, to those who cultivate the rare skill of pushing forward when every comfort cries for retreat. Greatness is not achieved by chance. It is engineered by a stubborn, relentless devotion to a higher vision, even when the results seem distant or invisible. Most people stop at the first sign of pain, the first whisper of fatigue. They see obstacles as warnings to turn back. The men and women who achieve greatness are those who see every obstacle as proof that they are advancing. Every difficulty is a signal that you are on the right path. If you want to become a person who can achieve the impossible, you must become comfortable in the land of discomfort. You must learn to love the edge of your abilities, to hunger for the stretch, the reach, the growth that only comes from challenge. You may think that your environment, your upbringing, your circumstances are holding you back. But the greatest prison is not physical, it is mental. The chains are not on your hands, but on your beliefs. Your life as it exists today is nothing but a reflection of the standards you have set for yourself, standards for effort, standards for thinking, standards for what you tolerate from yourself and from others. If you have lived in mediocrity, it is because you have accepted it. If you want to change your life, you must begin by changing the rules you live by. Raise your standards so high that the man you are today feels like a stranger tomorrow. Every time you push beyond what you thought was possible, you redraw the map of your own potential. And if you do this daily, relentlessly, the impossible becomes your new normal. Most people believe that effort is enough, but it is not. Blind effort is wasted energy. You must combine your effort with intention and clarity. Do you know exactly what you want? Have you written it down, studied it, visualized it so vividly that it wakes you up in the morning and keeps you working late into the night? The person who pushes themselves until everything is possible is not driven by a vague dream. He is obsessed with a vision so powerful that it drowns out the noise of doubt and fatigue. Take time right now to craft your vision. Make it specific. Make it real. And then tie your identity to that vision. You are no longer just a man with goals. You are the embodiment of the goal. Your every action, every word, every decision is filtered through the question: does this move me closer to what I have declared possible? Discipline is the lever that moves the world. Without discipline, inspiration is nothing but a fleeting spark. With discipline, you become unstoppable. If you want to push yourself until everything is possible, you must master the art of discipline. Set your priorities in stone. Remove every distraction. Refuse to negotiate with excuses. When you wake, let your first thought be of purpose. When you are tired, let your mind replay the reasons you started. Create rituals, morning routines, evening reflections, daily non-negotiables. Make your life a masterpiece of habit, because your habits, more than your dreams, determine your destiny. You will encounter pain. You will face rejection, failure, betrayal, and disappointment. These are not signs that you should stop. They are signs that you are becoming someone who cannot be stopped. Use pain as a tool. Let it instruct you, sharpen you, toughen you. Every time you endure, You add a layer of armor to your spirit. Most people run from pain and so remain weak. You must become the person who runs toward it, knowing that inside every difficulty lies a new level of strength. Develop resilience, for it is the trait that will make you outlast those with more talent, more resources, or more privilege. Remember, it is not the strongest who win, but those who refuse to quit. You must also learn to control your inner dialogue. Your mind will tempt you with reasons to slow down, to quit, to compromise. You must become your own greatest coach, not your worst enemy. Speak to yourself with authority and conviction. When you feel doubt, answer it with certainty. When you feel fear, confront it with action. The man who conquers himself has no enemy left to fear. Develop the habit of talking to yourself as a leader, as a champion, as a master of fate. Use affirmations, self-command, and visualization. See yourself overcoming, achieving, pushing further every day. The people you surround yourself with are the architects of your atmosphere. If you want to do what others say is impossible, you must seek the company of those who live beyond the ordinary. Limit your exposure to negativity and cynicism. Build alliances with those who encourage, challenge, and inspire you. If you cannot find them, read their books, listen to their voices from history, study their lives. Let the echo of greatness drown out the mediocrity that tries to pull you back. If you are the smartest or the strongest in the room, find a bigger room. Always choose environments that stretch you. Action is your most powerful ally. Never fall into the trap of endless planning, dreaming, or waiting for the perfect moment. Push yourself to act, even when you are unsure. Movement creates momentum, and momentum is the secret to surpassing what you once thought possible. Each day, take one step that scares you. Each day, make one decision that commits you further to your goal. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. The person who acts, who executes, who refuses to let fear freeze him, is the person who will achieve what others only talk about. Rest and recovery are as vital as effort and action. You are not a machine, you are a living mind, body, and soul. Build in time for solitude, reflection, and renewal. It is in moments of stillness that your next breakthrough will arise. Use your quiet time not for escape, but for recalibration. Ask yourself, where am I falling short? Where am I excelling? What can I do better tomorrow? The man who reflects grows faster than the man who simply reacts. If you have not achieved what you desire, it is not because the opportunity is missing. It is because you have not yet become the person who is ready for that opportunity. Push yourself not only in effort, but in character. Grow your patience, your humility, your integrity. The world may reward short-term cunning, but it reserves its greatest treasures for those who persist with honor and grit. Be ruthless with your standards and gentle with your spirit. And never forget, you are not finished until you decide you are finished. Most men surrender at the first setback. Champions keep pushing until the universe itself yields. Every impossibility is only a possibility that has not yet met a man willing to endure. Make a vow, here and now, you will push yourself again and again until everything you dream becomes your reality. The only true failure is the failure to begin. The only true impossibility is to stop before you reach your peak. Push yourself until everything is possible, and you will discover that the limits you once believed in never truly existed at all. Now, let us look more deeply at what it actually means to push yourself. To push is not to merely press forward, but to drive against the resistance of habit, inertia, and self-imposed ceilings. The average man waits for inspiration, for the stars to align, for life to grant him a gentle path. But if you study the lives of those who have risen above obscurity, you'll find one trait repeated again and again: self-initiation. They move when others are still thinking. They act before others believe. They build momentum in silence and arrive with thunder. You must choose to move forward when every part of you aches to rest. You must rise earlier, stay longer, and demand more from yourself, not because the world asks it, but because your future self demands it. There will be no applause at the beginning, no parade for your effort. But if you persist, results will speak for you. True growth is always uncomfortable. Most people have trained themselves to avoid discomfort, to back away from the edge. The secret is to reverse this instinct. Seek out the unfamiliar, the challenging, the daunting. Get into the habit of doing what you fear. Fear is the boundary that marks your old self. Every time you cross it, you expand. If you hesitate at the threshold, remind yourself, the thing you resist is the very thing you need to do most. Success is the reward for those who run toward the fire, not away from it. If you are too comfortable, you are not growing. If you have not felt challenged today, you have not pushed far enough. You must learn to set targets so high they force you to grow just to reach them. Too many people set goals within their comfort zone and wonder why their life does not change. Set goals that stretch your imagination and frighten your sense of security. Write them down, speak them aloud, share them with those who will hold you accountable. When you set your sights high, you force the emergence of new qualities, new skills, new levels of commitment within yourself. Mediocre goals produce mediocre lives. Audacious goals produce legends, but goals alone are not enough. You must transform your daily routine into a training ground. Every great achievement is the product of small, consistent victories over laziness, distraction, and self-doubt. Structure your day with intention. Know what must be done every morning, every afternoon, every evening. Don't wait for the mood to strike. Design your day so thoroughly that your default behaviors carry you forward, even when your motivation fails. If you wish to write, write at the same time daily. If you want to build a body of strength, exercise at the appointed hour. Let your routine become sacred, a temple in which your old limitations are sacrificed for your future greatness. You will be tempted by shortcuts, by easy rewards, by the seduction of rest. Remember, anything that comes quickly can vanish just as quickly. Enduring success is built on the anvil of patience and persistence. Whenever you are faced with a choice between comfort and growth, choose growth. Ask yourself, what would the person I intend to become do right now? Then do it, no matter how uncomfortable or uncertain you feel. With every correct choice, you carve away the weaker version of yourself and sculpt the character capable of anything. Environment is powerful. If you surround yourself with those who tolerate mediocrity, you will eventually become one of them. If you surround yourself with the relentless, you will feel compelled to rise. Seek out mentors, models, and communities who will push you to think bigger, work harder, and refuse excuses. Sometimes the greatest step you can take is to leave the environment that is keeping you small. Change your associations, upgrade your influences, and you will upgrade your life. Self-belief is your most precious resource. It will be assaulted by setbacks, criticism, and your own inner saboteur. Build it like a fortress. Celebrate every small win. Remember every past victory. Feed your mind daily with stories of those who overcame impossible odds. What you feed grows, what you neglect starves. Guard your self-talk with vigilance. Speak to yourself not as you are, but as you wish to become. Say, I am persistent. I am powerful. I am capable of achieving what others call impossible. The mind, once convinced, becomes the engine of your transformation. And when setbacks come, as they surely will, see them not as final, but as feedback. Every failure is a lesson in disguise, a guidepost on your journey to mastery. Most give up at the first sign of adversity, but the wise man asks, what is this teaching me? How can I adapt? How can I turn this stumbling block into a stepping stone? The man who learns to see opportunity within obstacles will eventually rise above those who complain and retreat. Adjust your strategy, but never your goal. Adapt, refine, persevere, but never abandon the pursuit. Rest is not weakness, it is strategy. Push yourself to your edge, but understand the rhythm of effort and renewal. The mind and body need periods of stillness to consolidate gains, to heal, to dream. Build in time for reflection.